I'm 76 years old, and I need to tell you something that nobody told me when I was your age. Pain isn't always the enemy. Sometimes fighting it destroys you more than feeling it. I spent 40 years running from hurt, and it almost killed me, literally. You see, I was a nurse for 35 years. I helped people heal. I knew about medicine, about bodies, about recovery. I thought I understood pain, but I was wrong about everything. And the worst part, the thing that nearly destroyed me, came from a prescription bottle with my own name on it. Let me tell you what really happens when you think you can fix everything with a pill, because I'm running out of time and there are things you need to understand before it's too late. Not for me, for you. In 1987, I was 47 years old, working the night shift at St. Mary's Hospital. I'd been a nurse for 15 years. I loved my job. I loved helping people. I was good at it, respected, reliable. Then one night, I lifted a patient wrong. Something popped in my lower back, sharp shooting pain down my leg. The emergency room doctor said herniated disc, gave me a prescription for Percocet. Take one every 6 hours for pain, he said. Come back in 2 weeks. I took them exactly as prescribed, and for the first time in weeks, the pain stopped. Not just the back pain, all pain. The ache in my feet from standing 12-hour shifts, the headaches from stress, the constant worry about money, about my marriage, about everything. For 6 hours at a time, I felt normal, better than normal. I felt like myself again. But here's what nobody tells you about prescription painkillers. Your body stops making its own pain relief. So when the pills wear off, everything hurts worse than before, not just your back. Everything. The 2-week prescription ran out. But the pain was still there, so I went back to the doctor. Still hurting, I said. He gave me another bottle, then another. For 6 months, I took them exactly as prescribed, but somewhere around month 7, something changed. The pills stopped working as well. One pill wasn't enough, so I started taking 1.5, then 2. Still following the bottle, I told myself, just adjusting for my tolerance. What I didn't understand then was that tolerance isn't just about pain relief. It's about everything. Your body forgets how to feel normal without the pills, how to sleep without them, how to wake up without them, how to exist without them. By 1990, 3 years after that first prescription, I was taking 8 Percocet a day. My back barely hurt anymore, but I couldn't function without the pills. I told myself I was managing my chronic pain. I was a medical professional. I knew what I was doing, but really I was drowning. The thing about being a nurse and being addicted is that you have access. You know which doctors will prescribe. You know what to say. The pain is getting worse. I can't sleep. I need something stronger. And they trust you because you're medical. You understand the risks. They think you wouldn't abuse medication. By 1995, I was seeing 4 different doctors, getting prescriptions from all of them. I had a system. I knew which pharmacies to use, how to rotate them so nobody noticed. I was taking 15 pills a day, 15, and I still told myself it was for pain, but that wasn't the real problem. The real problem was that I was disappearing. The person I used to be, the nurse who cared about her patients, the wife, the mother, she was fading away. All that mattered was the next pill. When I'd run out, I'd panic, real panic. Heart racing, sweating, hands shaking. I'd count and recount my remaining pills, plan my doses down to the minute. I stopped eating with my family, stopped talking to friends, stopped caring about anything except making sure I had enough pills to get through the day. My husband knew something was wrong. He'd find empty bottles in my purse. I'd tell him they were old prescriptions. I forgot to throw them away, I'd say. He believed me for a while, or maybe he just wanted to believe me. We'd been married 25 years. He knew I was a good person. Good people don't become drug addicts, right? That's what we both thought. We were wrong. In 1998, something happened at work. A patient died. not because of me, just died. It happens sometimes in nursing, but I couldn't handle it. Without the pills, I felt everything too much. The grief, the guilt, the weight of it all. So I took more pills that day, more than I'd ever taken before. I just wanted the feeling to stop. I wanted everything to stop. I woke up in the hospital where I worked. Same hospital, different side. I was in the ICU. My supervisor was standing next to my bed. My husband was crying. The doctor said my breathing had almost stopped. Respiratory depression, they called it. A fancy way of saying the pills nearly killed me. You're lucky, the doctor said. Lucky. I'd almost died from the medication I thought was keeping me alive, and they called it luck. But here's the thing that haunts me most. Lying in that hospital bed, I wasn't thinking about almost dying. I was thinking about when I could get my next pill. Even after nearly stopping breathing, all I could think about was how to get more Percocet. That's when I realized I wasn't taking pills for pain anymore. The pills had become the pain. What happened next was the hardest thing I've ever done. Harder than nursing school. Harder than losing my parents. Harder than anything I'd experienced in 50 years of living. I had to stop. Not slowly, not gradually. The doctor said I'd taken so much for so long that tapering down would take years. Years I didn't have. My liver was failing. My kidneys were struggling. My body was shutting down. I had to choose. Stop taking pills and feel everything I'd been running from for 11 years, or die. The first week was hell. Pure hell. Every nerve in my body screamed. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't think. Everything I'd been avoiding for over a decade hit me at once. The back pain, yes, but also the emotional pain, the grief from patients I'd lost, the stress from years of 12-hour shifts, the loneliness in my marriage, the disappointment in myself. All of it came flooding back, and I had to feel it, all of it, without any buffer. But something else happened in that first week. My husband held my hand. For the first time in years, really held it, looked at me, saw me, not the person scrambling for pills, but me, the woman he'd married 25 years earlier. He said, I missed you so much. That's when I realized what the pills had really stolen. Not just my health, not just my career. They'd stolen my relationships, my connection to everyone I loved, my connection to myself. Recovery wasn't pretty. I went to meetings, talked to strangers about things I'd never admitted to anyone. Learned that addiction doesn't care if you're a medical professional, doesn't care if you started with a legitimate prescription, doesn't care if you're a good person. It just takes and takes until there's nothing left. I lost my nursing license. 35 years of caring for people, gone. I lost friends who couldn't understand how someone like me could become someone like that. I lost parts of my health that never fully recovered. But I gained something too. I gained my life back. The real one. Not the one medicated into numbness. The one with feelings, with pain sometimes, but also with joy. Real joy. Not chemically induced happiness, but genuine connection to life. Here's what nobody tells you about prescription drug addiction. It doesn't start with wanting to get high. It starts with wanting to feel normal, to function, to stop hurting. But somewhere along the way, the medicine becomes the disease. You stop taking pills to feel better and start taking them to not feel worse. And that's a very different thing. I'm 76 years old now. I've been clean for 24 years. My husband and I rebuilt our marriage. It took time. It took trust. But we did it. Some nights, even now, I wake up and reach for him, making sure he's still there, making sure I didn't dream this second chance. I found new purpose volunteering with other people in recovery, helping them understand that addiction doesn't discriminate. I meet lawyers, teachers, construction workers, stay-at-home moms. All of us started the same way, with legitimate pain, with a prescription, with trust in the medical system, that good people can make terrible choices when they're in pain, physical pain, emotional pain, spiritual pain. Pain finds a way to demand attention, and if you ignore it long enough, it might just kill you. But what kills you isn't the pain itself, it's the running from it, the constant, exhausting flight from feeling what you need to feel. But here's what I wish I'd known at 47 when this all started. Pain isn't your enemy. Running from pain, that's the enemy. Pain is information. It's your body, your heart, your soul telling you something needs attention. When you silence that voice with pills or alcohol or anything else, you're not solving the problem. You're just postponing it. And interest accumulates on postponed pain. It gets worse, not better. You might be thinking this doesn't apply to you. You don't have an addictive personality. You're stronger than that. You wouldn't let pills control your life. That's exactly what I thought. I was a nurse. I understood medication. I was responsible. I was wrong. Addiction isn't about weakness. It's about brain chemistry. It's about pain-seeking relief. And anyone can become dependent on substances that change how their brain works. If you're in pain right now, physical or emotional, please don't make my mistake. Don't think you can medicate your way out of feeling. Feeling is part of being human. The good feelings and the bad ones, they're all information. They're all trying to teach you something. When you numb the bad, you numb the good too. And a numb life isn't a life at all. It's just existence. I lost 11 years to those pills. 11 years of my children's lives. 11 years of my marriage. 11 years of being present in my own life. I can't get those years back, but I can tell you about them. I can warn you, I can share what I learned, so maybe you won't have to learn it the hard way. The pain you're running from, it's not going anywhere, it's waiting for you. And every day you postpone dealing with it is another day it grows stronger. Another day you grow weaker. Stop running. Turn around, face it. Get help if you need it. But face it, because on the other side of that pain is your life. Your real life. The one you're meant to live. I'm 76 years old. If I'm lucky, maybe I have 10 years left, maybe 15. I don't know, but I know this. Every day I have left will be lived fully awake, feeling everything, the good and the bad, because that's what being alive means. And after 11 years of being numb, I never want to waste another day not feeling my own life. If this story matters to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're struggling with substances, prescription or otherwise, please get help. You're not weak, you're not broken, you're just in pain. And there are people who understand, people who can help you find your way back to feeling without needing anything to numb the experience. Don't wait until you're 76 to learn what I learned. Don't lose 11 years like I did. Your life is happening now, this moment, this breath, this heartbeat. Feel it, all of it, the beautiful and the terrible, because that's what being human means. Your life is waiting for you. Don't medicate it away. It's too precious for that. And so are you. The clock is ticking. What are you going to do with your time?